Ever since the last update we got in Terraria, each world will have a low amount of dirt blocks be replaced by special dirt blocks, which will give you one of the rarest items in the game, the dirt block pet. And since this pet's so rare, I wanted to see how quickly I could find all of them in one world, which is exactly what I'll be doing in this video. The first thing I wanted to do before just blindly jumping into this is figure out how the dirt block pet spawns in the first place. The only thing I knew when starting this is that I was going to do it on a small world, since they only have 3 dirt block pets in them, so it would obviously be the faster option. Besides knowing the world size I wanted, the first thing I did was check the Terraria wiki to see if the spawning mechanic was explained, like it is for the other rare pet, the Caveling Gardener. But sadly, there was nothing there, other than how much spawn in each world, and that the secret seeds have some special effects on the dirt block pet's spawn, but nothing that would help us find all of them faster, so I was back at square one sadly. At this point, I decided to go make 10 new small-sized worlds, and then use the Terraria map viewer site to see if I could see some pattern with how the pet would spawn, which led me to noticing that it's always random, other than it never spawned on floating islands, and that they never spawned super close to each other. While slightly useful, this didn't really give me the information I was expecting to find, so I was just gonna have to start digging and hope that I find it quickly. After making the world and jumping in, I decided the best thing I could do is to start by destroying the forest biome at spawn, since it's one of the largest sources of dirt in the game. After the first in-game day, I had removed about half of all the dirt in the forest biome, with it totaling up to a few thousand dirt blocks in total, but sadly, no pet yet. Since I knew I wouldn't have to destroy my floating islands, I decided to make a little base with a bed on one, so that way I could get through the night faster, so that way I wouldn't have to deal with nearly as many enemies. The second in-game day was roughly the same, with me getting a few thousand more dirt and fully destroying the forest biome. But more importantly, I ended up getting the first dirt block pet of the world after just 22 minutes. But just like I thought would happen, I sadly didn't notice when I actually got it, and only saw it after I got done with clearing the forest biome and went to clear my inventory. But after looking back at the footage, it looks like I got it in the area I have circled on screen now. Since I found the first pet dirt block in the first forest biome I destroyed, I thought it would be a good idea to keep destroying the forest biomes, starting with the one by my left ocean. But that turned up nothing other than bringing my total time to roughly 40 minutes. After this, I only had one forest biome left, but as I went over there to start destroying it, I realized a great way to save time was by leaving this entire area to be infected. Since in my mind, I thought the pet dirt block wouldn't be able to be infected, meaning I could come back later and just look for any dirt block that's all by itself. After moving on from the last forest biome, the next best option for dirt was sadly the underground area. But because I could have really started anywhere in the underground for this, I decided to start by clearing out the areas around the non-dirt biomes first, since it would at least look neat to have them floating if I ended up having to destroy the whole world, with me starting on the desert biome since it was closest to spawn, which turned out to be an amazing decision, while also being one of the last good decisions I would make. After an hour and 13 minutes of looking for the second dirt block pet, I was clearing up the bottom side of the underground desert and managed to find the second dirtiest block. And after dying once while trying to get it and quickly getting back to it, I was able to put it up in my dirt house and finally move on to the last dirt block pet. Now, while I got lucky so far, this wouldn't be the case moving forward. At this point, I thought it was a better idea to switch to a different part of the underground, since I never saw 2 dirt block pets spawn near each other in the test worlds. So I went and cleared out the area around the snow biome, but the third pet sadly was not there, so it was just a waste of 40 minutes. After this, I then decided to clear out the entire underground area around the desert biome, which was going smoothly until I was checking the map near the underworld, when a voodoo demon just happened to spawn and die over lava, which spawned in the wall of flesh, forcing the world to go into hard mode. Normally this wouldn't be a big issue, but because I'm not able to use any weapons while in my mount, I ended up dying a lot more after this point. After I finished clearing out the area under the desert, and then also doing the same thing for the large area in between the snow and desert biome, I was still missing the final dirt block pet. So I decided to start clearing out the area around the jungle, just like I did with the last 2 biomes, with me first touching up the right side of it, which was pretty uneventful. And then I went over to the left side, where I quickly ran into an enchanted sword shrine, so I decided to use that as my starting point in destroying this side, with me cutting the enchanted shrine and jungle off from the rest of the remaining world. And then, after I finished clearing out a large chunk of stone and dirt, I went to clear out my inventory to make room for more items, and finally saw that I had the final dirt block pet. Just like the first dirt block pet I found, I somehow missed it when I actually picked it up. So, after looking back at my footage, It looks like this is the exact moment I got it. So after a painful total time of 4 hours and 18 minutes of collecting over 140,000 dirt blocks, I was finally able to go back to my dirt house and add the third dirt block into the remaining item frame, bringing an end to this challenge. And since I feel like some of you guys will want to check out what's left of the world itself, I made it available for both PC and mobile players. PC players can just look up the map I have on screen now, or for mobile players, you can get the world file from my Discord server. I slightly modified the version you guys are getting so that you won't endlessly fall when you spawn in. So now you'll spawn on the floating island with the 3 dirt block pets in the item frames, and the total dirt I collected in the chest. That wraps up this video. This video was pretty different from my normal ones, so let me know in the comments what you think about it, as I do have other video ideas like this one, but I don't want to make content you guys don't want to see. Thanks for sticking to the end. Be sure to like and subscribe for more Terraria videos like this in the future. And as always, make sure to have a wonderful day.